You've heard of cryptids before. Animals which cannot be proven to exist. I've even talked about them on my channel before. Arguably, two of some of the most iconic cryptids are the Yeti, also known as the Abominable Snowman, and the Sasquatch, also sometimes known as Bigfoot. I've always found it interesting how two of the most popular cryptids are just two of the same cryptids in different climates. However, what I didn't know before making this video is how many Sasquatch and Yeti variations there are. In this video, I will be covering some of the lesser known variations of the tall, hairy cryptid from many parts of the world. Before we get into this video, I would like to note two things. Firstly, I am no cultural expert or cryptozoologist, just a guy with a YouTube channel who did some research. Secondly, I might have a Sasquatch you know in this video. I even might have one from your area, which you grew up in, which makes the Sasquatch variation an important part of your area's culture. By putting it in this video, you might think that I'm calling it insignificant because I'm calling it a lesser known, or maybe even stupid, Sasquatch variation. However, the world is a big place, with a lot of cool information being unknown with many people. I myself didn't even know about some of these, and I think they're awesome. On to the video. Firstly, the skunk ape. Probably the most popular one in this video, the skunk ape is said to live in the southeastern United States, mainly Florida. They get their name because it is said that they give off a foul stench that is described to be similar to the stench of a skunk. Because of its description, it can mainly be summarized as a smelly Sasquatch that lives in the swamps of Florida and is often called the Bigfoot's cousin for that reason. Secondly, the bat squatch. The bat squatch is exactly how it sounds. It's a mix of a bat and a Sasquatch. I'm sorry for the poor pictures in this video for this section, as my ability to find public domain images of what one might have looked like is severely limited. Also, descriptions of it range from a giant blue Sasquatch with massive devil wings to just a giant humanoid bat. Reports of this creature say it is taller than the Sasquatch, with the bat squatch being around 9 feet tall. Sightings of this creature have been found mainly across the Pacific Northwest. Of course, there are other places where it is sighted, mostly in the northern part of the Midwest and a few on the East Coast. However, I question many of these sightings, as many flying animals that we know exist stand on their two legs, such as birds. Because of this, many of these other sightings of these giant cryptids may just be other different giant cryptids, such as Mothman or Thunderbird would be. If you thought the bat squatch was large at 9 feet tall, this last entry is over 3 times the height of the bat squatch. In Scotland, they have a cryptid called the Fearlithmore. I'm sorry if I butchered that. This creature is considered to be connected to Sasquatches, as like many Sasquatch variation stories, the Fearlithmore can just be seen walking around or following people. Sometimes known as the Grey Man for its grey color, the Fearlithmore has been said to follow people without producing any noise at all. Sometimes it'll even vanish almost into thin air. Because of this, some people think that modern sightings of it are due to hallucinations, which is likely. What adds on to evidence of this being hallucinations is the size of the Fearlithmore, which can sometimes be around 20 to 30 feet tall. That makes it the scariest in my opinion. Just imagine you're walking around at dusk and you see this 30-foot man in the distance staring at you. That would be terrifying. The idea of a Sasquatch-like creature is very common in many parts of the world, especially in the United States. I've only covered a few of the more unique ones that have their own interesting attributes. I haven't even covered the Yowie in Australia, the the supposedly alive Gigantopithecus, or your Uncle Jerry. If I can find more interesting versions of the Sasquatch, plus if the video does well, I will do a part 2. Until then, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching.